Please, just leave me be.
Hi, Zubble975 and welcome to Nipsy Does Honor Mode Part 9. And in episode 9 we're looking at our Tiefling Fire Brigade. Now always remember to steal from that body before you release her husband from beneath the blank. This entire bit will be done purely by the Tiefling Fire Brigade. The flame retardant Karlach is the perfect choice, and the other people just get in her way. So let the barbarian do her thing, stomp around a building, rescuing people, getting stuff from the fire, searching rooms long after any rational person would have been in there. So after releasing the person you're here to save, search everything. There is so much food on offer you wouldn't believe. She can throw barrels around, put out flames and stomp around for hours in there. She doesn't take much damage from the fire, she's fire resistant, and you can always just potion healing her back up as she just stomps around. There's a really good hammer to be found, which apparently if you jump at people it does thunder damage in a radius, but it never works for me, and I don't know why the thunder bit doesn't work for me. But yeah, so it's a really good magic hammer, but if you can get it to work. For some reason it never works for me, I don't know why. I jump around all over the place and it never works, but there is absolutely tons of stuff. The food in the kitchens is enough food to last you for about 4 or 5 camps. And once you're done looting, which does take a long time and I'm not going to show all the looting, but trust me, it's well worth it. You get a lot of good stuff out of there. We're coming back here because this is our way to the Underdark finally. After dealing with the oxen, who I love chatting to all the animals. It's one of the reasons why I love playing as a bard with high persuasion and speaks with animals. It's a great spell, and the amount of storylines and extra bits it opens up, being able to talk to the animals is huge. And at this point I was like, do I want to go to the Underdark? And I was like, no, because I really need to do the spider bit. So I went all the way back to the Blighted Village and decided to solve the mystery of the missing children by going down the well. Yeah, to say this is a fight I've been putting off would be an understatement, but it was time to go down the well, find all the missing children, because they're all dead from the spiders, and yeah, get myself into the fights with these creatures and the spiders beneath. And, you know, it's one of those fights that's a bit of a pain in the ass more than it's difficult. The spider herself has got some really horrible abilities. She entombs people unless you set fire to them within a certain time limit, they just die. She actually did that to my raven, which I was like, I didn't bother, rescuing, I just resummoned. The good thing here is there's some good and some bad. I do make a meal of this fight, but I kind of, it's one of those, it's not through, I did some sensible stuff and I did some dumb stuff, and I really should have focused fire a bit more. But again, there's a lot of misses. I don't get a blessing early enough. I kind of rely on Shadowheart's healing ability to spread bless around, and at this level she's not doing that yet. I mean, that's the whole reason I'm heading into the Underdark, is to finish her build off as quick as possible, to unlock the mass healing items I need for her build to spread around bless so regularly that I don't ever need to cast bless. That's the general idea anyway. The Raven does a really good job for me of blinding stuff, so that's still working really, really well. And overall, the characters are getting there, they're getting reasonably decent, and the builds are getting better, but some classes take longer to build than others, and that -5 to hit still hurts at this level really badly, unless you're using a strength potion or you're having some way to improve your chances to hit. Like blinding things, so everyone attacking it has advantage. Bless is another good way, and stacking those advantages to get more chances, more hits, that kind of works. Here I totally mess up because I thought he was on the bridge and would fall down in front of me, but he wasn't quite on the bridge, he was actually on the ledge. So that was a total balls up. So nothing more to do with her but go loot for a bit. This fight isn't really the toughest, it's just the preamble before the big fight against the big spider. This big spider's got some horrible legendary actions to be aware of, and is a reasonably tough fight, but not really for this party, because they're pretty much getting there, and if Karlach starts hitting more often, it'll be a handy thing, but with tenacity, she still manages to do a decent amount of damage when she misses. The hilarious thing is, using a big hammer is great against skeletons and that, because you still get you still do 10 damage on the tenacity, because they're vulnerable to bludgeoning weapons, which is still a decent hit for missing. Decent amount of damage for missing an attack. I mean, I was having a lot of fun with this run through with this cast of characters. Using all the girls is I prefer it that way. They're quite good fun to use, and you know, ultimately, poison's a bit of a pain in the butt because it's pretty damaging, and yeah, I forgot to I think I forgot about the spear too much, because I've got the spear that does extra damage against things that have got multiple eyes, which I'm using as a throwing weapon. I probably should have used it more directly. I also need to do something about getting Nipsy some more damaging cantrips and stuff. I've got the one really good damaging cantrip. It is a shame that this playthrough I won't have access to the extra spells you get from Tasha's Cauldron, because Booming Blade and things like that are great for bards. Absolutely amazing on bard builds. But as you can see there, Karlach, when she does hits so immensely hard, it's ridiculous. And yeah, she also, because of her strength, can really jump around the place. Shame that's used her action that she would have got the bonus attack from, but you know, I don't know why it's not doing the shockwave. As you saw from that jump there, I've got the hammer equipped. I did a massive jump down. That should have done thunder damage to everyone around me, but it didn't. So I don't know why that hammer's broken for me. I've seen it work for other people. I just, whenever I seem to use it, it just doesn't seem to want to do anything when I jump around. But let me know in the comments down below if you know why, or if you have the same problem yourself with that hammer, or even let me know if you weren't aware that hammer was hiding in Joachim's Rest. It's one of those weird, I do find it quite weird, this game, that they, you know, some of the places they hide things are like, how would you know to go there and get that? It seems impossible. The whole room's on fire, and it's only because I got a flame retardant Karlach that I even mess around in the flames as much as I do. And yeah, it surprises me how well hidden some of that stuff is in this game. It really does surprise me how well hidden some of the stuff is. But as you can see, these spiders, I mean, they're annoying and they hit pretty hard, and the poison does buff you quite badly. Lizelle is still not the best archer in the game, but you know, it is what it is with her. And yeah, I probably should have, because I was disadvantaged, I probably should have just magic missile there for the auto hit, but I'm not really too worried. This spider's not going to last very long. So actually, while you're watching these fights, I'll tell you the main reason I'm coming down here, because the main reason I'm coming down here is to get the gem that opens the Book of the Damned, which then allows me to read the Book of the Damned to get the unlock, which gives you pluses to your saving throws. It's very simple, because as a bard you can read that book no problem at all. You can actually performance your way through the book. So the main fight, this is always my opening gambit: destroy the web and let the spider fall on the floor, or for some reason the web doesn't die and it totally messes up. Great. So yeah, you want the spider to take as much falling damage as possible. It's kind of the best thing to do, but it didn't kind of work out, and in the end I just got massively poisoned and it was a complete waste of time. But yeah, great. Went pretty badly for me. Couldn't have gone worse, but a quick blinding's in order, or at least attempt to. I do feel like spiders should be immune to blinding. It seems a bit weird you can take out all 8 eyes in one hit, but I'm not going to complain because it balances out and I get advantage now on every attack, which is useful. And yeah, and then I immediately go with something that takes a saving throw, but this is to zone out the other creature, but it didn't work because he managed to save against it. The idea with that was to try and stop the other one coming forward with fear, so I could destroy the web and knock it down on its butt. But that didn't quite work out. Shadowheart's already gone this turn because she opened with the attack on the web to try and knock the big guy down, which didn't work. And yeah, Lazelle's going to be in trouble, so we do healing on Lazelle just to get her able to be blessed, and that'll give her a better chance of doing stuff. And then as I've taken an antidote because I can, and I'm looking for flame arrows because if you burn the webs they take full damage, and I messed up because I should have just shot the web, not her, and now I've just realised that I've totally messed that up. So I'll try and kill this guy, take some attacks away, and then wait for the horde of others to jump in. Those little things are annoying. And yeah, there is a achievement you can get if you kill the big spider before she unleashes any of them, and I have actually got that achievement, but that was more luck than judgment. I always find this fight to be a pain in the butt because of their mobility, but like I say, I've already managed to kill one of the spiders. It is all about limiting the number of incoming attacks and trying to get yourself as many advantages and many as buffs as possible. I figured the Raven was good to stick out front with this one, just because if I get the blinding off, it works really well and gives the next attack advantage, which is very beneficial. I don't know why I bothered viciously mocking then. I should have just shot it, but I have a habit of liking to do vicious mockery because it's the funniest way to kill creatures, and the lines that you spout are really funny. So now we can do the bridge properly, and hopefully this will mean that the spider drops down, and as you can see takes a bucket load of damage from that, which is what we wanted all along. Now heal Karlach up, or I can't even see that, so I'm healing up. Oh, I think that's Lazelle. Oh no, it is Karlach. And now Karlach, look through her equipment, take the antidote, and then throw this thing down here, because that does extra damage against things with eyes. So that's a good 19 damage just from a thrown spear. And yeah, Karlach as a thrower is absolutely devastating, just amazing. And yeah, I actually do alright here, surrounded by a ton of stuff, because yeah, it's pretty easy. And then get some support to take out the little fellas, with the girl with the most attacks. Level 4 is not the best level out there, because you know you do struggle with outputting attacks because you've only got one attack each, unless you've got like the Polearm Master, the extra dab attack, which is really useful, or 2 weapon fighting, stuff like that. But you know, it's not the easiest level to take this fight on. This fight can be very tough. It's pretty horrible. Unfortunately, my Raven just got entombed in the stuff. Now you have to set fire to that in a certain time frame to save the Raven, and I was like, I'm not going to bother doing that. For a little summons, the Raven does put in some work. Once aided and mage armored, the Raven is actually pretty tough, pretty useful. And yeah, one of the better familiars because of the blind attack, which grants anything else attacking it afterwards advantage, which is huge. But this fight's just grinding out. At level 4 it is a bit grindy because you only get the singular attacks and you just don't do that much damage. But I've got Karlach in there as the main damage dealer, with being a thrower, barbarian, and I didn't waste a lot of resources on this day. I probably should have used a few more, because I could have taken some potions, increased strength and stuff like that, which I think I did this day. No, I just got Long Strider and Bless. I didn't take any giant strength potions, which I probably should have done just to up the damage that I'm doing on this day. But you know, Karlach does a decent amount of damage throwing, and I haven't even enraged her to enrage throw, which is what I should be doing. But yeah, I think was she out of rages by now, or I'd certainly had a few fights this day, and I was going to rest up after this fight anyway, regardless. So this was pretty much use all the resources you have left type fight. I generally aim to have 2 to 3 fights in a day before resting. You don't really want to push it more than that, because resource management wise, spell management wise, if you target 2 or 3 fights a day, that's usually the good sweet spot. If you push it beyond that, that's when you find yourself struggling to have spells, struggling to buff things. And with the amount of food you get from Joachim's rest, you can now take so many long rests. There is no need not to long rest in this game. Actively, the game should encourage you to long rest more, because it moves the storylines on, especially with the NPCs, the romances and stuff like that. So yeah, this is when I found out I had a scroll of fireball. I didn't even know that. But yeah, I thought I'd do some big damage with that. I mean, at this point, the fight is pretty much over. It's just trying to get rid of those last 50 odd hit points. And yeah, I don't know why Shadowheart couldn't just hit the web from where she's standing. It seemed like a pain in the butt. I was thinking about trying to drop a thing to drop him off the edge that way, but I decided just to go with Guiding Bolt. It's a good solid damage, and if it hits, it would have given me advantage on Karlach stuff. And Karlach's going to be slinging some stuff when I can find some stuff to fling. There we go. Alchemist Fire. Set him on fire, knock him prone, and then if I throw the axe that does extra damage on stuff that's flaming, I thought he'd be on fire for that, and he is, but that missed, which was a pain, because that does an extra d6 on stuff that's flaming, so that's kind of a combo. Set fire to it, and then do that. I'm so glad I got shield. Shield is such a good spell, and then I still get hit for 20 hit points on the second spit. I wasn't really concerned, because I've still got plenty of healing left with Shadowheart, and soon enough what I'm going to do is do some more damage with Karlach and that, and then get Karlach to blow up the bridge for the last bit of damage, making him fall to his death. Unfortunately for me, Shadowheart gets stuck in the web on her way to heal Nipsy, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm just waiting for Karlach's turn to finish this fight, and then it's back to camp to rest, to tell Will that his dad's been kidnapped. And then tomorrow we will venture into the Underdark, only at level 4, which is probably not that advisable, but I actually find doing it this way round is much better, because you get hold of Polar Aloof quicker and finish Shadowheart's build quicker, which is, I'm going to say, hugely beneficial. Hugely. But yeah, the amount of damage that Karlach will be doing with throws soon will be horrific as well. So that's this fight coming to an end. It's a good XP reward, and I'll say that's all. Thank you very much for watching. Join me in the next episode for the Underdark. Cool.
Hells. Oh, then I know I haven't said.